Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode in the third season. Well and truly now, if you're not all caught up, then make sure you go check out the playlist. Get yourself caught up. But if you are, welcome to today's episode. We've got plenty to get done, more and more games to get going with. As you can see, currently, somehow top of the table. Still not entirely sure how we pulled that one off, but we're there, and hopefully we're there to stay. So today we're just going to crack on with games, get more and more done. You can see, obviously, we are sadly out the cup. It doesn't say it there, but we are out the cup. We lost to Fulham on penalties. But we've got plenty of league games to get on with. Hopefully we can try and get most of October done today. My plan is to try and get all of October done today, get 4 games in. That should be good. It might be that I have to part sim some of them. I was thinking maybe we part sim the Villa game or Southampton. We have a look at the table and see sort of where they both are. But there are options that if I can jump in or need to jump in, then I will. But yeah, at the moment, the table's looking pretty tasty. We're 4 points clear, which is crazy. But yeah, let's just crack on. Before we get too far, we do have the Mexican scout to look at. And by the way, there was a comment in the last video, which is a very, very good point, as to I needed to find North American players, and I scouted Mexico, which is in Central America. In FIFA terms, Mexico counts as North America because they don't have Central America as a middle point. But I'm fairly sure in the last one I said South America, so that's my bad. I probably caused more confusion than answers in that one, so apologies. But that's why we scouted in Mexico. I remembered after the video, sadly. But looking through these scouts, we've got Rafa Giraldo. I'm not too fussed about him. Oscar Alvarez could maybe be an option. Same with Vicente Roman. He's actually probably going to have a decent starting rating. I think I'm going to go with Vicente Roman. I know it's a bit of a weird one, but I think I might scat him out. I think he's got potential there. Juan Carlos Gerardo is going to be a no from me. Simon Benitez could have, again, decent-ish starting rating. We'll pick him up. Enrique Pacheco is going to be a no. Yago Pizarro, some great names out here. It's also going to be a no. I don't think we're going to get Geraldo. Do I have another? I do have another month. I'm going to give Oscar Alvarez another month because 60 to 84, although it's not great for like bringing into the team with where the squad's at, it could be the kind of player we loan out for a little bit and then potentially goes up in value and we make a little bit of money from, is sort of my thought process. We're having that similar thought process with some of the youth players we've got. Ethan Pratt, I think, is going to be fantastic. I think my sort of end game here is to call him up and have him as a bit of a shorter option at centre-back, but bring him through, stay as a centre-back for us and be our new centre-back rotation option. He's only a couple of ratings lower than Jimmy Dunn, and he's only 17, so that's only going to improve over time as well. But yeah, we've got Gray as well. Jamie Gray is now 16. Very tempted to call Jamie Gray up because he's 6'3", and he's got 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot. Is he quick? He's not particularly quick. Okay, I'm going to put him on the mobile striker instead of on the poacher. That will also increase his skill moves, but it's mainly just to get the acceleration and sprint speed up a little bit. If I can get him to, you know, mid-70s on the pace and the shooting well above 60, we could have a real good little player on our hands. If he was quicker, he'd probably be a really good wide attacker. But for now, we'll keep him in that striker role. I think he's going to be huge for us. Jamie Gray, I think, is going to be great. And is Ethan Pratt. I think they're both going to be fantastic. Keep them in the youth system for now. I'll probably call Ethan Pratt up maybe in December time. And then same with Jamie Gray, maybe try and get them loaned out. Because we do have in the squad as well, we do have Naji, who's a good little player. He could be somebody to look at in the future. I don't know why it keeps defaulting back to that 4-4-2 instead of this one, which is our starting formation. But we do have Naji or Naji. I'm probably saying it wrong. But he's a good little player. We have had an offer in for Austin, by the way, who's probably going to be on his way out. Adoma, the contract talks keep falling down between him and whoever he is potentially on the move to. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what the squad's looking like at the moment. Obviously, depth is maybe a little bit lower rated than you want for a Premier League side, but the players are doing well off the bench. The players are coming on from the bench and doing a very good job. But I'll get the team ready for West Ham, show you the squad, and then we'll crack on. Not too much to report other than we're going with our strongest 11. Lafont in net, McCallum at the left, Lopez, Figueroa, and then Williams finishing the back line. Amos at DM, which he has been doing phenomenal at. Mwepu and Masengo finishing off the midfield with Coles and Trossard either side of Tyrese Campbell. We'll start this game as a play. West Ham are currently in 19th, so if we manage to do pretty well against them, because they've not got the best defence particularly, they've got quite an old defence across the majority of that. So if we do take the lead, which I'm hopeful that we can, we'll do our usual, we'll jump to sim, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But let's go for it. It's always nice to start an episode at home. Not as nice to start it in the rain, but we're here at the Kind Prince Foundation Stadium, and hopefully we can start today with a nice win. That'll be good. It'll be good to start off as we've sort of started the season, which is incredibly well. 6 from 6, or 6 wins from 6, I should say, 18 points total. And a big part of that has been the man who was on the thumbnail in the last episode, in Lafont. He has been unbelievable. He has been incredible for us. He's been a hell of a pickup, so I'm really glad we managed to get him across the line. And honestly, finishing off that midfield with Mwepu, bringing in Figueroa, and just the general additions we made to the squad, I'm very, very happy with. So let's just crack on, and let's see if we can start today's episode as the rest of the season has started, which is in a very positive manner. And actually starting off this game pretty positive here. Not as positive as I'd like, but it's okay. Let's go. Oh, ball's dropped a little bit awkwardly here. McCallum didn't really clear it when I needed him to, and Lopez couldn't get to it as quickly as I wanted, but they've rotated this around quite nicely. A simple pass in, Lafont with an incredible save there to keep them out. I'm still fairly sure, I mean, I might be wrong, I don't think we've conceded in the Premier. I think that was, again, the whole point of the thumbnail that I'd made. I don't think we've actually conceded in the Premier. Lafont, I think, conceded in the Cup game against Fulham. But Figueroa as well, yet to concede a goal, because he actually was rested for that game. But hold on a second here. Amos, it's a good effort, but it's blocked. It's going to drop to the edge of the box. Man, it's just the way things go right now. Mwepu picking up, and that might be his first goal for us in a QPR shirt. But, mate, I'm absolutely chuffed. Hell of a start for us there. Came a little bit out of nothing. They had a bit of a chance from a bit of sloppy defending, and we've just taken it up their end and just found the back of the net. Simple stuff. Amos doing really well to get around his man. Maybe he shouldn't have taken the shot. That's on me. But the finesse from Mwepu, the keeper, just, it's not the best dive, but Mwepu's perfectly finessed it into that far corner, and it's his second goal. Apologies, it is his second goal for us. I don't know which other game he scored in, I can't remember. But that's 1-0. What a start, boys. Let's go. Ball inside here to Mwepu. He's going to find Isaac Coles, who looks back and finds Amos. It's up here to Tyrese Campbell. He's had the shot, but Dawson sort of just got in the way, and the scuffed shot is what we got with the shot in the end there. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's good, positive football. We've played really nicely. Mwepu there, as you can see, the pressure we're putting these boys under in the midfield is fantastic because we're just closing them down so quickly. Trossard's been a little bit lucky to keep hold of that one, but he gets it to Campbell, who doesn't quite find Amos. Not the best pass in the end, and that attack sadly peters out to nothing. Got to be careful here. West Ham pushing forward. They've had the ball just for a little bit here. They've had a bit of possession. Short little spell of the ball for them, but they've been passing it mainly around the midfield, but they've now worked it forward. They've gone out wide like they did to that first sort of chance where they pinged it, and Lafont made a good save. But thankfully, Lopez back there, reads the danger, gets rid of it, and now Campbell can set away Trossard. I don't know if I played that maybe. Oh no, I've not played that too late, because Masuaku is absolutely in no man's land. And hold on, him, Mwepu isn't quite going to get there. There was definitely a foul there on Trossard, but the advantage was played, and sadly we didn't make the most of it. The pass from Trossard was just a bit too much. But what was Masuaku doing there? Answers on a postcard. I think he honestly was doing up his laces or something. There's no excuse to be that far back behind the line. That's poor from them. But they do have a bit of a chance here. Rotated it into a bit of an attack. I don't know what I've done there with McCallum. I've given him Akers a space on that right-hand side. They're going to get it in the middle. It's going to be headed on. But Neco Williams just going to chest it down to Lafont. Let's go again. Isaac Coles up here to Amos. Going to rotate it back round to Coles. He's going to look up and find Mwepu, who's getting very advanced in this game. But it's going to go to Coles. Edge of the box. I'm going to have a ping from range. And boy, oh boy, this is Isaac Cole's season, and you cannot tell me otherwise. The man absolutely playing out his skill right now. He's playing as an over 90 rated on form, and Isaac Coles is the bloody future of this career mode. I can see it now. This guy is going the full way with us for this entire career mode. I can see it in my mind's eyes, boys. He's going to do us absolute wonders. Things you do, in fact, love to see. Very nice finish. Very similar to Mwepu's, but you'd maybe just say a slightly bit more of a hint of class on it, just because it's that little bit higher up, hitting off the post. It's a bit nearer margins, but very nice goal. Both goals have been very nice indeed, and we get the second goal before half-time. Apart from that one chance and a couple of little things like that, like dinking it forward, but haven't really come to too much. West Ham have offered very, very little, but it would be nice to see more goals from Isaac Coles. You can see in the top there, that's his first goal of the season, so it's not been huge on the goal front for him. But hopefully the new system and everything can play into his hands, and the form we're currently in, hopefully we can just keep him on the score sheet. Because that would be nice to see. The numbers are all we need to see really from Coles now. Because he does a lot of things that you don't really see on the stats as much. Like, you know, he makes a lot of nice runs. He gets a lot of assists for the assisters, if that makes sense. So it's now just about getting that like end product in his numbers and having that as part of his game as well. But we go into half-time 2-0 up. Very, very happy with that indeed at the break. I don't think there's too much to change. Tyrese Campbell's not been overly impactful in this game, but I think that's partly because he hasn't really had to be. The boys have just done a fantastic job anyway. What I'm going to do is I think I will rest Amos for a little bit. Give him a little bit of time off. Bring Albasir in because, again, Albasir for me is going to be a huge, huge player for us going forward. Hopefully he can really become, start pushing at not just being rotation, but actually maybe catching up to the likes of Masengo. He's only 3 rating lower, and I think he's about 4 years younger. He's 3 years younger, but that's okay. Other than that, we'll keep the team the same for the second half. I'll probably look to bring on Mambimbi at some point, or Amos. Maybe bring on Ozzy to rest a defender. We've got options. This is the beautiful thing right now, especially being 2-0 up. We do have options. If we get a third, I may jump to Sim, just because, again, it helps us get through the episode and secure those 4 games, because it does add a little bit of time getting that 4th one. And you know what? We might be 3-0 up straight away after the break. He wasn't that involved in the first half, but boy, oh boy, he started the second with a blinder there. Tyrese Campbell, 3-0. 1 for him, 1 for Coles, 1 for Mwepu. And it's just things you love to see. The play there was so simple. Trossard just playing it to Tyrese, and he just pulls it onto his left and just, mate, keeper's getting nowhere near that. He's absolutely rocketed it into that, like, close corner. I'm going to jump to Sim. I'll make the changes and stuff. Obviously, I'll tell you guys when I'm making changes and show you guys any highlights. But for now, we just crack on. 3-0, boys. Love to see it. You love to see it. Good chance there from West Ham. First of the half, it was offside. Still saved by Lafont, though. Lafont's still doing the business and keeping those clean sheets in the league. It's things you love to see. We have also made some changes. Mambimbi's come on and Ozzy have come on for Tyrese Campbell and Neco Williams. And Lafont is still doing Lafont things. Again, Lafont, I mean, if I showed you guys every single save this man made, you'd probably just see that most episodes would be a Lafont highlight reel when it comes to Sim in the games. He's so good, man. It was such a great pickup. It's honestly one of my favourites we've made. Nearly got a 4th there. Very good effort from Mambimbi. Really nice play in. I don't really remember who the cross was from. I'd assume it was Trossard from that side. Mambimbi again with an effort there. But yeah, the boys holding their own. Obviously, West Ham are having more chances since we've jumped to the Sim. But that's kind of to be expected because we were defending against them very well. And hold on a second, it's off the bar from Trossard. Nearly had all the starting front three with a goal on the books there. Would have been lovely to see. But a great effort, but sadly it wasn't to be. Still 3-0, sorry. I mean, you just can't stop this man. I'm going to jump in so that we have like the visuals of finishing the game. But mate, he is just an absolute mammoth between the sticks. Like, it's going to be tricky to not have another thumbnail that's basically just a celebrating Lafont again, because he has been so good. He really, really has been so unbelievable. I mean, just from the highlights of us jumping to Sim, just from those highlights alone, he had made so many saves, and they weren't exactly like all easy saves. They were tricky saves to make. It was going to be offside there from Coles, but it's a shame. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the game now. And again, 3 goals, a clean sheet, thanks to the one and only Lafont. I think he is honestly going to go down as possibly our signing of the season, unless something drastic happens to any of the outfield players we sign. Like, Mwepu's been great, Figueroa's been great, Mambimbi was a great addition. These boys are doing really, really well. But Lafont is proving to be another level, boys. An absolute another level of class. So, huge result there, taking on West Ham, beating them comfortably. And it's 3 goals and another 3 points. Well, that top of the league is going nowhere as it stands so far. Still sat up there, 7 games in, 21 points on the board. And it just is things you love to see. I'm so happy, man. Now, something here to seriously think about. We've been offered some pretty good money here for Trossard. 17.7 million. Bearing in mind he is 28. He's not going to go above 79 or maybe 80. He might go to 80 this season, but he's not going to fly up too much in regards to his rating. With the dynamic potential, his rating can still go up, but with the age he's at, he will now only go up 1 a season, which is a shame. I do like that still like a thing, and it can still happen, but I feel like dynamic potential for future career modes could definitely be tweaked to allow for form to impact that a little bit more. But it is what it is. Now, for 20 million, if we were to get 20 or so, we could pick up somebody younger and somebody that would suit our system down to a T. I'm gonna ask for a bit more money here. I'm gonna delegate it. I'm gonna ask for 24, and I'm not gonna accept less than 20. I just want to see what they say. It could be they turn around and say no, and I'm not upset with that if they turn around and say no. Not upset with it at all. But I just think 20 million, and we could bring in somebody that would do a hell of a job for us. We could even like promote Mambimbi, or we could just bring in Willock for a little bit. I just think 20 mil for where Leandro Trossard is at age-wise and stuff could be helpful. He's been phenomenal. He started this season incredibly well, and it was part of the reason I said I wasn't going to sell him. But that's when we were being offered about 5 mil, as you can see, and a swap deal for a player who's worth about 6. 20 mil, I think, is a different story. So if people aren't happy with that, I apologise. I just think it makes sense. Okay, here we go up against Aston Villa. They're sat in 9th place as it stands. We are going to play this one. Same 11 apart from Willock in for Trossard. Now, that's kind of slightly based off of the fact that if they come back and say yes or no to whatever we've offered, we have the option of seeing how we like Willock. Obviously, this is potentially just one game, but I think it'll be good to practice. It'll be good to see how we think he fits in. Let's just go for it. Let's see if we can take on Villa. Hopefully play like we did in the last one because we were very good. Here we are up against Aston Villa, away from home against Steven Gerrard's men. I don't think it will be Steven Gerrard on the touchline though, because I'm fairly sure I started this career mode before he was appointed. You can see the Tyrone Mings tifo at Villa Park, but the main thing we've got to focus on is hopefully another 3 points, keeping up this very strong start to the season. And hopefully we can come away with something pretty gosh darn huge. We just have to play the way we've been playing. If we keep playing that way, I think 3 points will be kind of what we hope to get every single season. I don't think, myself included, anyone expected us to be sat at the top of the tree at any point in the season, let alone after 7-8 games. I'm here for it. But let's go for it. Let's see how we do. Again, it'll be an interesting one to see how Willock plays for us today. He's got big boots to fill in Leandro Trossard, who's been playing very well this season. So it's, you could argue, maybe a bit of a weird thing for me to consider selling him. But again, the money that we got for him, I think it would have been daft to not at least consider or see what we could have got for him. It's worth trying. But let's focus on this for now. Let's not worry too much about that situation. Let's focus on the game. Come on, you Oz. Isaac Cole's here. Lovely touch. Going to play into Chris Willock. And if there's a way to show that you're ready and able to fit into this team, it's by scoring a goal about 5 minutes into your first chance in a while. Fair play to him. The space was made very easy for him. The run he's made there, it's fantastic. And Cole's just found a beautiful pass. Beautifully weighted. Beautiful finish from Chris Willock. Lovely start. I mean, a great way to start the game. And it just, it's fitting, if anything, that it's Chris Willock to find the back of the net. Another assist for Coles as well, worth noting on that one. But yeah, Chris Willock, mate, good for you. Good lad. Is that his first goal of the season? It is. First in 4 chances. Most of those probably been off the bench. Well done, Chris, mate. Good to see it. Good save there from Lafont. A nice bit of play from Aston Villa as they made their way forward there. But Lafont doing Lafont things and just absolutely keeping us safe and secure at the back. There's going to be many more chances, I'm sure of it, but it's a good start for him, making the first save he needs to. And we've maybe put ourselves into a little bit of trouble here. Williams playing not a great clearance, but Figueroa doing really well, just keeping Traore off him, and we get that ball away. Williams going to play it back here to Amos, who's under a little bit of pressure, but we've seen time and time again that pressure doesn't really affect Luke Amos, does it, mate? The man's an absolute beast. Okay, we're going to take the... Okay, we're not going to get the free kick. Apparently, the advantage just disappears as soon as you kick the ball. Nice. Chris Willock on the ball out wide here. Going to cut inside. He's going to run into a little bit of trouble, so we're going to have to find somebody to help him, and that somebody is Isaac Cole. He's going to look and find Mwepu. Mwepu gets into some good spaces. He really does find some good space, and I think that kind of allows Coles to come inside a little bit. It gives Coles a little... I don't know what that clearance was. It gives Coles a little bit of rotation. We see often that Coles is sort of almost playing like a second striker, sort of like a centre forward just behind the striker. And sometimes that really does play into effect for us. And here we go again. Coles a little bit more central, but he's going to push out wide. Mwepu, I could do with you doing the overlap on the inside, but he's not going to do so. We're going to have to rotate it all the way around here. Going to go back to Williams. Masengo doesn't make the runs Mwepu does, but that's because I don't ask him to. Whereas Mwepu, I have on a bit more of a forward-thinking plan. Mwepu with the strike. He won't be doing that again many more times, especially on his left foot. I'm fairly sure he's right-footed, so maybe we've done him a slight disservice there, but... You know what? Positive starts. We're still playing well. We're still putting them under pressure. They've not offered loads in the other direction, but we're doing all right. Amos looks forward here. Finds Tyrese Campbell. Willock just about stays on side. Willock's going to ball roll it. Takes it past the keeper. But, mate, Sanusi's going to just get there in time. A very crucial tackle, because that was nearly 2. And that would have been a brace for Chris Willock in the first half as well, which, again, is great to see. It's nice having Willock back in the team because, obviously, he's one of the only... still standing QPR players in the squad, so it's nice to see us being able to get him back into the team. I'm not against it at all, and the money we would get from Trossard would maybe either be options to strengthen that position again or maybe put towards some bench players. It's something to think about, but regardless, very happy so far. 1-0 up. It's a little bit close. It's nowhere near as open as the West Ham game, but I think that's largely down to the pace in the back lines. They've got a lot more pace than we would have come up against in previous games. We're going to take off Masengo and bring on Sam Field for 45 minutes. Obviously, you can see he's not very happy with the amount of game time, which is fair enough. El Basir, for me, is working ahead of him at the moment, just for the sake of this career mode. Sam Field doesn't really suit what it is we're doing long term, whereas El Basir is a little bit more suited to that. Sam Field, an absolute beast and one of the best players I think we have at the club for consistency. But yeah, in this career mode, he's going to be a bit part player, and that's something he maybe needs to get used to. But regardless, let's crack on. Same again, second half. A second goal would be lovely, I won't lie to you. That would be a nice nerve settler, shall we call it. Going to try a switch here from Villa, and it's a lovely ball as well. The switch is perfect. Williams isn't going to get there, and Lafont again saving the day, because I was at 6s and 7s in the defence. I couldn't find the man I wanted to be. I was just chopping and changing, wasn't going to get anything in the way of it. And Pacina with a good effort, but Lafont with an incredible save. Honestly, he is unreal. I highly recommend him for career modes, especially if you're playing them, because he just feels unbelievable. You can see they're making a change on the hour mark here. I'll probably get some changes set up for the next time the ball goes off the pitch. Maybe, I'm hoping it'll be around 70 minutes and give a couple of players 20 minutes on the pitch. Good tackle there. Very good tackle. Andy wins a throw. Mate, Sam McCallum, take a bow, son. Ball here to Mwepu. Going to turn up and find McCallum. McCallum going to try and push his way forward here. He's going to cut down. Oh, I can see top corner there. Griezmann at Leicester has just equalised against Liverpool. That's great news for us, because that puts them 2 points further behind us. That puts us 6 points ahead of a team like Liverpool. That is incredible news. But Griezmann at Leicester, fair enough, boys. Good chance here to play it forward for Tyrese Campbell. Lovely play from Mwepu. Campbell not quite sprinting as quick as I'd expect him to, but Chris Willock, oh, could have had a second. That's his second chance for a second goal, and both times, sadly, he's fumbled the bag. But it was a good save in the end from Martinez. I had made 2 changes here. Tyrese Campbell is going off for Mambimbi. I don't know what it was there, but he really didn't seem to be busting a gut forward as much as I expected. He definitely seemed a little bit slower. No idea why. It's not like he's tired or anything. But Mambimbi coming on for Tyrese Campbell, and Figueroa making way for Jimmy Dunn. Again, just getting some of these guys some minutes. A bit of fresh legs, but also a bit of a chance to keep these guys with a bit of form and everything. I've pressed X to skip the replay, but instead played it short, and it's gone to Mambimbi. He's going to have an effort. First time on the pitch. Jeez, that was an absolute rocket. If that was just the other side of the post, that was a goal, because Martinez was getting nowhere near that. What an effort from Mambimbi. That would have been incredible to come on. Corner taken quickly, completely by accident. Mambimbi. Change the script, boys. Munir here, running down our right-hand side. Going to look back and find Sanusi. Plays it inside, and I'm not entirely sure how that's gone to his man. But Lafont between the sticks, I'm always going to be confident it's not going in, because he's unreal. Gotta be careful here. Great block there. Sanusi tries to put it in, but Williams is going to get there and block it. And the pass in from Sanusi isn't going to find the Villa man. It's going to find Luke Amos. Captain Amos is going to help us bring it away here. Lovely stuff. It's going to be Chris Willock into Mambimbi. We know he's got the pace. Tyrone Mings isn't slow for a centre-back, but he's not as quick as Mambimbi, EA. Go on, mate. Lovely. Takes it past another one. Mambimbi. Oh, it's off the post. This boy can play. I'm telling you now. As far as super subs go, he may not be the highest rated, but he is perfect to bring on with 20-25 minutes left to go. Slightly tiring legs at the back. He is just a little dancer, boys. Just dribbles through people. His R1 dribbling is fantastic. And, mate, if he just found the back of the net with either of those 2 chances that have been very close, the boy would have just put the game to bed. But hold on a second. No, it's the first goal conceded. Look at the clock, boys. 93 minutes. Oh, mate. En-Nesyri is going to make it 1-1. Ah, it's such a shame, because I think we played really well. Again, I've said it time and time again, Lafont has kept us in a couple of games. Lafont's made some very good saves this time around. It was very similar to some of the other shots, but I just couldn't get the ball. Jimmy Dunn tried to head it away. I couldn't get it, and then the gap there, it's just unfortunate, boys. It is just unfortunate. It's going to be the first goal we've conceded in some time, it has to be said, but it is a goal conceded nonetheless. It's a real shame. It really, really is, but it was bound to happen at some point. There's no way we were going to stay, A, unbeaten, but B, without conceding all season, were we? But it's taken 8 games. We can't be upset. It's a point. It's better than nothing. As long as Leicester didn't throw away the lead like we did, or throw away what they had like we did, it could be that Liverpool dropped points too, so we stay comfortably ahead of them. But at the end of the day, it's still points gained. It is what it is. And boys, I'm still very happy. Well, by the looks, it was the same result from Liverpool, 2-2. They dropped a point. It is what it is. But the late equaliser, as you can see there, does deny us of the 3 points. But again, it's not the end of the world. We're still playing fantastic stuff. And you can see here that Ethan Pratt is now a centre-back. I'll be curious to see if his rating goes up. I reckon he might stay the same. He does stay at 66, but that's okay. I'm not upset with that. I'm going to get him to train... Oh, do I go with stopper? Because that just straight up boosts everything in physicality. And it would be great to have him a little bit stronger, good at jumping. I think that's what we'll do. We'll put him on stopper, get the pace up, because, again, if he could be mid-70s on pace by the end of the season, that'd be fantastic. I think the plan will be that I'll promote him up around December time. And when in the videos I forget to do that, feel free to remind me, because I probably will forget to do that. Okay, we can see here from Real Sociedad, 22.4 million. I think I'm going to accept it, boys. I think I'm going to accept it. Now, it's nothing against Trossard at all. I think he's been a hell of a signing. He was so good for us last season. He was incredible at the start of this season. Nothing against him at all. I just think with the players we have, we can utilise that money. And I think we can really, really make the most of some of our youngsters we got coming through. Mambimbi can play out wide or can play centrally. We have a couple of good young strikers coming through the ranks. We've got the young lad in the youth system. We also have Naji. We've got good players to bring in. I'm going to accept it. 22.4 mil from Sociedad. It could be that Trossard says no to the contract. It could be that he stays, but I think 22 mil, we'll probably get about 16, 17 of that, and we can definitely utilise that. Hopefully you guys think that's a good plan, and if you don't, I apologise. I just think it makes sense for what we're doing. Okay, up against Southampton. They're currently in 14th place here. We are going to start this one as a sim. I will jump in if I need to, but we're going with our strongest 11, so Trossard back in for Chris Willock, as he is obviously higher rated. But yeah, obviously, we've got to take the drop of points on the chin. We have to just move on. We have to bounce back. We have to crack on. So we'll jump into this as a sim. If I need to jump in, I will. I'll show you the highlights. Let's go. Oh, first proper chances of the game, and Tyrese Campbell backing up his goal scoring record so far. I think that keeps him 1 for 1. I think he's now 9 for 9 because he didn't score in that last game. But, mate, lovely stuff. Really happy with that. Solid start, boys. Oh, another good effort there from Tyrese. It's saved this time from Lewis, but it's a good effort and another effort there from Mwepu this time. Back-to-back corners. Can we maybe get something from this one? It's going to be headed clear, I think it is. But yeah, good chances again. We're putting on the pressure. They've not really offered much yet. We've just got to keep up the positive start. First chance there from Southampton and a very good save from Lafont to keep it clear. I'm not entirely sure who took the shot. It might have been Darwin, maybe, but I can't remember what number it was that took the shot. But a good save from Lafont just on the stroke of half-time. And, yeah, you can see that Tyrese Campbell early goals setting us apart at the moment. Campbell, Trossard and Mwepu having particularly good games. Masengo not offering too much for some reason. Apparently, Masengo captain. I mean, he's just not EA, so sort yourself out. I think for now we'll keep the team the same. I don't think there's much to change here. I think at some point we'll probably bring on El Basir for Masengo, but other than that, I think we'll just crack on as we are. The boys are playing well. I can't ask for much more than that. Let's carry on. Neco Williams getting booked there. Watching the replay back, it was a bit of a bad tackle. He sort of looked like it was like a sliding tackle where he's just missed the ball. Ward-Prowse on a free kick can always be worrying. They're basically penalties to him half the time. But yeah, we'll hopefully crack on now. Good chance to push forward here. Lovely play from Tyrese. It goes into Mwepu. It is just going to go wide. I am going to make the changes here. I'm going to bring on El Basir and I'm going to bring on Ozzy. Just don't want to lose Williams for like a period of time by getting sent off. So I'll make those two changes. What I'll probably do is around the 80th minute, unless anything changes to the score, around that time I'll probably look to jump in. Just because late into games in sim stuff, when it's 1-0, I don't know about you, I find so often in 1-0s, the team that's losing, unless of course it's you, basically whoever you're against tends to have like 1,001 chances. So I like jumping in every now and again for like the last 10 minutes. But unless things change, that's probably what we'll do. But hopefully we just see it out now. Lovely bit of play building up to that attack there from Southampton. They really could have got something from that. It was a very, very close one. What I'm going to do very quickly, just as we're on the attack there, I'm just going to schedule our last change. Going to bring on Mambimbi as the right forward. And then I'm going to jump in as soon as there's a bit of a chance for us to jump in. We've lost the ball. I'm going to jump in now for the last 10 minutes or so. As I said, with Sims, I'm probably going to start doing this. Just because if we are in the lead or whatever, it can just hopefully help secure it. Unless we're comfortably in the lead. But I also like having like the animations and being able to watch the stuff as the game finishes, like the players celebrating and stuff like that. I do like being able to watch that. So 10 minutes to go. Now, hopefully I hold out. It's not down to the boys now. Now it's down to me. Bit of a chance here through the middle. Lovely tackle there from Figueroa at the back. And Elbasir with work to do here. Going to find Amos. And look at the space here for Trossard. Obviously, the change hasn't happened yet as the ball's not left the pitch. Going to cut inside here to Campbell. Campbell being closed down by Romeu, but it's going to go to Mwepu on the edge of the box. Mwepu, very good save there from the keeper. I think it's Lewis, I think it was, who was in goal. But Mwepu, mate, again, I love the positions this man makes, the runs he makes. Cole, as you can see, was slightly nowhere to be seen, so he almost fills in at times with that left forward role. He just does such a good job at it, and I love seeing him play like that. But Trossard goes off. Mambimbi coming on for the last couple of minutes. Had a bit of an impact in the last one, obviously. He had a very good chance a good couple of times, but didn't quite find the back of the net. The cross is going to go in. It's a hell of an effort backwards. Mate, that honestly looked like it went in. The defender very nearly scoring an OG, and then the ball just didn't at all look collected by Lewis in the slightest. That could have very easily been 2, and it would have been a terrific own goal. But instead, it's going to peter out to the 1-0. We'll take that. It's 3 points at home. It's 3 more points in the table. It's still an unbeaten run for us, and I'm still over the moon with it, boys. Absolutely thrilled. Well done to the boys. Obviously, Tyrese Campbell again with the goals. Lafont again with a decent display. And the boys overall putting in a hell of a performance. Well done, lads. Absolutely chuffed to bits. Lewis, as you can see, making some saves, though. The unbeaten run continues. We stay 4 points at the top of the table. Liverpool, as you can see, keeping up with us. 9 games in. People aren't really dropping points too much. The only time Liverpool did, sadly, we did too. But they went out and thoroughly battered Everton in their last game. You can see Lafont has hit his max for the season. Going up 1 a year is not the end of the world. I'm not upset with that. It does mean it's going to take him a little while to eclipse sort of what we had in some regards to rating, but Lafont already plays like he's at that rating anyway, so I don't mind it at all. 83, and with form, he's playing an 88. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I'm absolutely fine with it. A couple of other players have gone up this episode as well. Amos and Masengo, I both believe, have gone up 1. Campbell's gone up 1 as well. Williams, I think, has gone up 1 as well. Mambimbi's definitely gone up 1. The players, again, just doing their thing, quietly behind the scenes, cracking on with it. Things you'll have to see. Let's get to our next game. Just very quickly, the loan move for Joel Slater has been confirmed. He's going to Ross County in the January transfer window for a short-term loan, so he'll be back at the end of the season. And the Trossard deal has gone through. 22.4, 18.5 of which is going to come into our kitty of trades and deals to make for ourselves. So I'm thoroughly fine with that. I think it's a great move. And you can see a game rescheduled, but who cares about that? Something that you guys would be fantastic in being able to help me with potentially here. Bearing in mind we have some money. We've got 15.11, and of course we'll have over 30 in January when the Trossard deal comes through. If we're going to be looking at potentially a forward rotation in regards to a wide rotation, because Willock is going to come in for Trossard, and then we've got Mambimbi as the striker or wide option. I need somebody that can basically do both again, either play as a right or left forward, or a striker, or a bit of the mix of the 3. Anyone you can think of that's probably around the 74, 75 rating. I don't want them to eclipse Willock, because my whole point of the Trossard sale is to promote Willock up there and bring the next person in to be the rotation. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We've made 3 first team signings in the first window. This window, I don't want to make another first team signing. I'd like to make a rotation signing. Alternatively, another midfield rotation, somebody to maybe replace Field and to challenge sort of with Masengo. So again, we're looking at 74 sort of as a max for that, but also somebody that can improve. So we had the option of, or the suggestion of Cyprian a little while ago. He's a little bit older. He was also on a lot of wages at the time as well, and so it wasn't really quite the right deal at the time. The other option again is to bring in somebody for Jimmy Dunn, bring in, you know, a mid-70s centre-back. It will mean that Ethan Pratt falls down the pecking order a bit and ends up going out on loan instead of potentially working his way onto the bench. But that's an option. The other situation is we look at pre-contracts. If you guys know anyone that is potentially out of contract in the 3rd season, so in 2024, the end of that season, if you know anyone that's running out of contract, we could maybe look at some pre-contracts. What I'll do is I'll set up my scouts to look for that. But yeah, that's maybe something you guys can think about. Let me know in the comments how you think we should spend this Leandro Trossard money. But arguably more pressing to think about right now is Liverpool versus QPR. First versus second. It's at Anfield. You can see they are a little bit tired. I've said this time and time again. Something that happens on Career Mode is that Man City, and particularly Liverpool, the way they play, their players get absolutely knackered. And so sometimes when you're playing against them, they're slightly easier to play against than they should be. But you can't rest on any laurels. You can't expect to win with that in mind. You just have to go for it. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Bring it on. Okay. I am nervous. I'm excited. I mean, realistically, playing on Legendary, anything can happen anyway. Whether their players are tired, whether their players are fully rare and fit and ready to go, you've just got to be at your best. And this season, I think we've been as pretty much close to the best as we possibly could be. I think we've played incredibly well. And we just have to try and keep that up to date. We just have to keep it up. First versus second. This could be a huge, huge chance for us to just push a little bit clear of them, just get a little bit ahead of them, stay, you know, 7 points would be a huge, huge gap between us and Liverpool. The worst case scenario today, a point would be great, because a point keeps us where we are. We stay 4 points ahead of a team like Liverpool, which is obviously fantastic. Neco Williams going up against his old club there as well. Don't think they got any QPR players. I'd be a little bit surprised if we sold anyone to Liverpool, but yeah, I think today all we can do is crack on with what we're doing and just keep the dreams of staying where we are alive. That in itself is phenomenal. That's, you know, the fact we are where we are is unbelievable. We just have to hope, pray and keep fighting that we can stay where we are. So let's get into it, boys. No more dilly-dallying, no more faffing about. Bring it on. First versus second, QPR versus Liverpool, and it's live. Good chance here immediately. A bit of a loose pass from Liverpool, leading us to have a bit of a chance here. And that's a terrible tackle from Trent early on. It's a yellow card, and with it being from behind, it could have been a little bit worse. But I think yellow card's probably fair, especially like 30 seconds into the game. But it's a very, very early booking. Very early booking. I think what we'll do here is we're going to give it to Isaac Coles. Our free kicks his strength? Not particularly. Am I going to have a bloody pop anyway? 1000%. Bosh, yellow timed it. It's on target. Probably a bit more of a dive and a save for the cameras from Alisson there, but I felt good about it because he made it look like it was close. Mane here up against Williams. Mane obviously going to be a handful to deal with, as is Salah on the other side. Mane tries to get it in there. Figueroa's going to do well to get rid of it, though. It's one of those that it could have easily gone anywhere, and it could have been a handball. Like, handballs are turned on, so it's a bit of a pain in the arse. But hold on a second here. As Tyrese Campbell just bursting down this side here. Isaac Coles, I need you to now cut inside, my dude. That's a perfect place for you to run. And it's not the best pass, but Isaac Coles needs to read that so much better and make that run immediately. Because if he did, mate, he was through and could have been one-on-one. Instead, he had Kanate to deal with. And, mate, Isaac Coles now ahead of Trent. He's got the beating of him today. It's twice he's managed to just take it past him. Masengo's the man on the edge of it. Trossard. Oh, so close there. Save from Alisson. Saves onto Van Dijk. And it just goes wide of the post. You can see Hursty staying calm and composed there. Frustrated, I'm sure, that it's not gone in, but we're going to whip this in there. It's going to go to Mwepu. He's going to try and out-jump. I don't know who that was. I think it might have been Matip. No, it can't have been Matip. I don't know who it was, but he's not out-jumped him. He's cleared it, but Masengo here, bringing it in. He's going to bring it to Tyrese Campbell, who's going to find the back of the net. He's going to silence the Anfield crowd very early on, and about 15 or so minutes, I think, into the game, yet again, Tyrese Campbell finding the back of the net. It's things you love to see from a sloppy corner routine that, again, was then sloppily defended as they got it away. But, mate, nothing sloppy about that finish. Tyrese Campbell doing what Tyrese Campbell does. And in this season, all he does is find the back of the net. And he does it consistently as well. Liverpool going 1-0 down to the league leaders in QPR. Mate, Tyrese 9 in 10. And that's 1-0 to QPR, boys. Come on. Bit of a chance here. Mane going to just have the beating of Williams. He had two people stake on there, him and Amos, and he managed to just about almost get past them both. But Williams here got to get that ahead of Keita, and he does. Now Williams is just going to burst down this wing here, going to look inside and find Tyrese Campbell. Keita is going to take him out in the process, but Campbell off to Isaac Coles. Isaac Coles going to go close post. I maybe should have finessed it. I know he's got that in his locker. Keita going to get booked there as well. But mate, we are running the show right now. I think we are starting to catch a couple of short fuses and get the best of them. We're just getting it past them consistently. It was a bad tackle from Keita. It was late, nothing needed. Mate, Neco, to be fair, got him in the neck. But yeah, I maybe should have converted there. I shouldn't have gone close post with Isaac Coles. I think I overthought it. It's going to drop edge of the box to Lopez. He's not known for his goals, let's be honest. I don't think he's scored for us yet. And a shot like that is not going to trouble a keeper like Alisson, even if it was on target, I think. Salah, first real chance of Salah getting on the ball, and he's being kept a little bit quiet. But it's a lovely pass into Bobby Firmino, and he's just walking past Lopez. Again, I was just lost there, couldn't really get to him, but Lafont doing Lafont things. A very nice save indeed. Good effort from Bobby there, but it is a very good save, equally matched by our man between the sticks here. We've just got to try and, honestly, first half we need to just now secure, that could have gone anywhere from Van Dijk, we need to secure the clean sheet. A second would be great. We're looking threatening. As soon as we sort of get past their midfield, 9 times out of 10, we can leave a defender a little bit isolated, and we end up being able to just do a little bit more than we should. But you can see there, look, Van Dijk. Look at where Van Dijk is, where he should be compared to where he is. And look who's there instead. It's Isaac Coles. And just like that, Van Dijk in the middle of nowhere, playing as a left mid instead of centre-back. And look who he leaves in space. It's our man, Isaac. He's going to find the back of the net. And it's going to be 2-0. It is honestly the perfect first half. We could not have asked for much better than this. And the travelling away fans absolutely lapping it up. Things you'd love to see. But look at the gap. You can see Fabinho was dropping back there to cover it a little bit. But as soon as I got it to Amos, he had to push that man. He had to push our midfielder. And all Amos had to do was tuck it through to the abandoned Isaac Coles. And there was only one way that ball was going, and it was into the back of the net. Isaac Coles making it 2-0 to QPR. First versus second, and first running riot with it, boys. Lovely stuff. Lovely play here, Mwepu, because Trent, again, absolutely in no man's land. Fabian is absolutely knackered. It's into Tyrese Campbell. I couldn't quite get the shot away there. I'm really sorry, but it should not be this easy to play against Liverpool. It really shouldn't. On Legendary, especially, on these higher, difficulties, it shouldn't be this easy to play against them. They get so tired so quickly, and it's just not on. Liverpool don't get knackered after 45 minutes, EA. It just doesn't happen. If that was the case, they wouldn't be winning trophies the way that they are. All right, it's as simple as that. It's very nearly half-time here. We're 3 minutes in to the 2 minutes added on. Salah's going to try and get it in. It's going to get across there to Firmino, but it's going to be saved by Lafont, and it is going to be half-time. And what a first half it has been. Again, as I said, the travelling away fans probably having an absolute bloody riot of it, boys. It's been dominant. It really has been. We have been all over them. They've offered maybe 1 or 2 chances, but we have offered many, many attempts at their goal. And we've played thoroughly well, even just ignoring the individual shots on target. We have played fantastically well. We're going to take off Trossard for Willock, and we're going to take off Masengo for El Basir. The usual sort of 2 changes, both at half-time though. And I'll tell you this right now. If we get a third, we're jumping to Sim, which we should, again, it should not be this comfortable against the Liverpool side. It shouldn't be. It's complete nonsense that it is. But we have played very well, and it's down to lack of stamina from them and just poor positioning. Their players get caught out so often, and it just doesn't translate from how they play in real life. And it's a shame, because it should be more difficult than this. But it's not, and it's 2-0. Trent here up the pitch. This is a kind of example where him being in this position is a worry, because obviously they can get that ball across quite nicely. They've rotated it really well. Salah on the turn. Jesus, I thought that was going in and Lafont just wasn't bothering. I thought he was like, yeah, that's going in. I'm not stopping that one. But it was just wide of the post. Make that touch in the air as well. The little, I guess, juggling you'd call it. Beautiful stuff. So thankfully for us, just wide though. El Basir here. Going to wait for Robertson to commit. Robertson has committed, and Willock in space. His man's completely left him. Chris Willock going to have a go on his left foot. And Chris Willock in front of the travelling fans is going to make it 3-0. And just like that, the game is basically put to bed. And it's ridiculous that that's the case. But these boys are absolutely living for it right now. They're just playing phenomenally well. Taking on top of the table like this, you can't knock it. You cannot knock it. Well done, boys. We'll end up jumping to Sim, I think. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. We are going to jump to Sim, not even an hour gone, and I'm confident enough with how the boys are playing and how the result looks. Look at the stamina, look at it. EA, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. Fix it, please fix it. Well, it's not taken long for me to be out the game for it to be 3-1. Bobby Firmino maybe making me think twice about jumping out, but I'm going to stick with it. If they get a second, then I'll jump back in. And I have made a change, by the way. Tyrese Campbell off, Mambimbi on. Just fresh legs, because, again, as I sort of see it, we've been very good. But, I mean, sadly, it's the second goal we've conceded all season. Again, it was inevitable. Very nearly a goal there from Mwepu, but, it's a shame to concede, but it is what it is. Mambimbi nearly making it 4. Although we've conceded, we've had 2 very good chances since I've jumped out of the game as well. So the boys still, regardless, playing very, very well. I'm fairly sure last season when we did this and we jumped to Sim after being comfortably up, we actually scored like another goal or 2. So I think it just goes to show that Liverpool are broken in the wrong way in career mode. Mwepu makes it 4. Again, the runs that they make. You can see we won the ball high up. I think it was Willock that won the ball high up. I don't remember now. But winning it in that high position and then just having 2 players just rush in the box like that, it was inevitable. All we needed to do was make sure whoever shot got it on target and took it past Allison. It's as simple as that, and it's 4-1, boys. As you know, I'm going to jump in because I like seeing the end of the game. But you can see here we're jumping in at an incredible moment because look at this. Absolutely blitzing through again. Isaac Coles going to lay it off to Mwepu. Mambimbi, can he get his goal from today? Yes, he can. 5-1. It's 5-1. And it just... I sound like a broken record. It's wrong. It's broken. I don't know what else to say, boys. I don't know what else to say. The boys absolutely flying. And again, it's great to see Mambimbi getting on the score sheet, man. It just is because obviously he's got a real job getting ahead of our front 3. Or 4 if you include Trossard and obviously Willock. But every time he comes in, he's a threat. He's a threat every time. I feel bad that he is just rotation, but that's what he is. The other players we have keep him at that level. But 5-1 against, you know, one of, if not the joint best team in career modes in the Prem. And that's all it takes, boys. All it takes is wait for them to get knackered and just wear them down. To be fair, we didn't even do that. We scored after like 10, 15 minutes. So you love to see it. Hursty and Klopp embracing a handshake. And, mate, it stings you love to see. Well and truly battered them. 5-1 to QPR. What a bloody result. What an episode. It's been a good one today. Well, we've managed to finish the episode in an even better position than we started it, which already seemed nigh on impossible to achieve, but we have done it, and I'm very, very happy indeed. I'm going to just very quickly sim to the first so we can have a look at the youth players we've got, and you guys can see the games we have coming up in the next episode. Bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, Man City, going to be another tough one. Chelsea, going to be another tough one. Leicester and Everton might be on the slightly easier side of things, although seeing the likes of Leicester having people like Griezmann is obviously going to be a worry. But yeah, this is the last report we have for this youth scout. And also we've expanded the brand, which is great. I think that's probably down to... Oh, no, I don't... Is that them saying we've... No, we haven't expanded the brand. Is that because I haven't called up any of the Mexican players? That might be what it is. Just very quickly, just for my peace of mind and hopefully yours as well, I'll show you guys what I mean when I was talking about Mexico in this being counted as North America instead of Central America. You can see when I go to North America, it includes Mexico. So obviously the middle part of America with, you know, countries like Mexico, Guatemala, that's, you know, that area in the middle between North and South. Sadly, Mexico counts as North. It's not overly accurate, but it's the only Central America country they actually include. But yeah, let's have a look at that scout report. Let's see what we have potentially got to bring in for this last month. We'll see how Oscar Alvarez is looking as well. Rafa Giraldo is going to be a no for me. I think Oscar Alvarez might be a no as well. 200 grand starting though. Unai Pardo doesn't look great. Neither does Adrian Maladon. I don't even know how to say that. Pedro Cordero is going to be a no as well. One Carlos Alvarado looks like he could potentially be worth a little something. We'll call him up. He could be some money. Not too fussed about Josep Peralta. Don't think he looks that great. I am torn on Oscar. I am torn. I think I'm going to say no. I think I'm just going to leave it for now. So what I'll do is I'll call up two of the Mexican players to our first team because that will just complete that objective. It's a little bit stupid that does it, but if the system ain't fully working, you might as well make the most of it. Blanco looks like he could be a good player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote him and try and loan him out. 58 rated as a 16-year-old keeper. Decent. I think Ethan Pratt, again, I'm going to wait till December, sorry. Who else looks half decent and is North American? Let's set something on Alvarado. I'm probably saying these terribly wrong, and I'm really sorry to anyone who can actually speak or knows how to pronounce these names. I apologise. We'll go defensive wide back, get the acceleration up a little bit, get the defence up. He's actually, physicality is not terrible for a fullback. I might call him up though. Nearly 60 rated, and again, it gets the objective done. Let's have a little look at Benitez. Wait, did I promote Vicente Roman? I think I did, right? He looks terrible. I won't lie to you, he looks woeful. His shooting is pretty stinky. I'm kind of tempted to just make him a right winger. What do you guys think? He's right-footed. Should I make him a right winger? I reckon so. His dribbling's better than his shooting. We'll make him a right winger. He might go up in rating a little bit, and we might get a little bit more money for him. Gray still looking fantastic. And then we'll look at Benitez, Simon Benitez. Development plan, what we saying. Okay, Cam, I think, is the right position for you. Football just might not be the right sport. We'll go ahead and go attacking midfield to get the passing up because it makes the most sense. But I think that's the 2 players promoted that we needed to do. So that should tick that box for us at some point. But that is going to be where we end today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you are new here, hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told any time that we upload a video. If you want to watch us on our live streams, it's Hursty Games over on Twitch. There is a link down below. And while you're down there, check out the link to our channel sponsors of foottrading.co.uk. You can join their site completely for free and get access to their free trading guides. But if you want to take your trading and coin making to the next level, you can look at their paid tiers. And if you use code Hursty at discount, you'll get yourself a cheeky little discount at it. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I will see you very soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands in a bit.
Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, yeah, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know. Hursty Games gonna hurt for days. I'll burst into flames. I'll enter the maze, enter in tane. I'm gonna make it rain. He's kicking and he's taking names. The one streamer who will never bore me. QPR Career to glory, career on the mode, reading a story. Heaven, not hell, no purgatory. Hursty Games, now his name is Thomas. No tank engine, yeah, I promise. His streams are bomb. Atomic with his bald head, Wallace and Gromit. Hursty Games, burst into flames, enter in tane, enter the maze, gonna make it rain. He's kicking, taking names. Hursty Games, Yo, JHG, subscribe to Hursty Games.